So what is data science? In a very simple word, if I want to define data science in one line, I will say it is data-driven decision making. Okay, it is data-driven decision making in business and research. So what does it mean? You look at the past data, you look at the historical data, you analyze that data, you discover the patterns in the data, and whatever information, whatever insights you get by analyzing that data, use that insight to solve your business and research problem. Okay, so I reiterate, data science is nothing but, in one line definition, I can say it's data-driven decision making. Believe me, there is a lot of data available now. You name the field and there is a data. Okay, everywhere there is a data. Storing of the data or the collection of data has not been a problem now. We have invested a lot in infrastructure, you have invested a lot in IT to actually store that data. What we lack here, especially in India, what we lack is people who can actually understand that data and transform the data into actionable insights. So we want people who can leverage the power of data to provide solutions. And that's what the data science is. Data science is a process. It's a scientific process. It's not a software where you click a button and you get a solution. So it's a process. So it's a science. It's a science and art which comes with experience. Okay, so that's the very important part. In fact, this line, the last line, should excite many people here. According to the Harvard Business Review, data scientist is the most coveted job of 21st century. Okay. So what is the foundation? What is the fundamental thing you require? Suppose you want to enter into data science field. So what you need? The fundamental or the foundation is statistical thinking. You know, we have heard that you have to be smart. In fact, you will be very smart if you can actually think statistically, if you can think numerically. It's not a rocket science. Thinking statistically means ask the questions. What has happened? Why has happened? If you keep asking this question and try to get the answer, your thinking will be much better. Why there is a variation in the data? What are the causes of that variation? Can I reduce that variation? You know, this kind of simple question, if you try to answer, this is statistical thinking. If you have a formal education in statistics, nothing like that. That works both. But if you do not have the formal education in statistics, you can still enter the data science field. Just ensure that you understand the number. Just ensure that you are not afraid of the numbers. You can read the numbers. You can read the graphs, whatever the graphs you see in the newspaper, in Economic Times, in Times of India, or any other paper. If you can interpret those graphs, then definitely you have the quantitative ability. Definitely you can try to enter this field of data science. If you look at this quote, statistical thinking will one day be as necessary for the efficient citizenship as the ability to read and write. It's a very old quote, but I believe this is very, very true today. It's very much required now, the statistical thinking. So what does data scientists do? So what skill set is required? So if you look at this picture, primarily data scientists require 4 skills. So it's not that over the year data has not been analyzed. Okay? So there have been data analysis sitting since ages. Since we can say in 1980s or 1990s, there have been data analysts. The expectations from data scientists are completely different from that of data analysis, traditional data analysis. So a data scientist is expected to have these 4 skills, 4 major skills. Number 1 is the statistics skills. There is no substitute for that. You must understand the numbers. You must be able to interpret the numbers. As I said, if you have a formal education in statistics, wonderful. If you don't have, still you can be data scientist. Number 2, business and domain knowledge. Now, why business and domain knowledge is required? Because you are here to solve the business and research problems. Okay, so looking at the business, looking at the domain knowledge, you can decide what data to take, which variables to take. In the end, you are here to solve the problems and not just to use the complicated methods. So that's very important. Third is the communication skill. Communication skill here does not mean a very lavish or very powerful English. What does it mean? Is ability to define the problem. If you can define the problem, business problem, in a very simple manner, very crystal clear manner, then you can say that you can have the good communication. So that's what the communication skill is. In fact, it is most important to interpret your findings. So whatever analysis you will be doing from the data, if you can actually communicate to the decision makers in a very simple way, then your analysis can be implemented. And that's communication for me, and not the very powerful English. And finally, programming. This is a bonus. If you know the programming also along with all these skills, you are in a wonderful position. Why programming is required? Because the large amount of data anyway you cannot analyze manually. So you need some sort of programming which will actually make your analysis or your process more efficient. So anybody feels that can have these skills at some level can definitely aspire to enter in this data scientist thing. Where is the scope? I kept saying everywhere. So wherever you see the data, there is a scope for data scientists. I have just listed few sectors: banking, financial services, insurance, pharmaceutical, healthcare, retail, and so on. Pharmaceutical has been a very traditional sector. Wherever the new drug comes into the market, it has to be proven to be efficient and the safety. So there are something called as clinical trials which are conducted. Lot of data is generated through clinical trial, and that data needs to be analyzed. So again, you need a data scientist for that. Banking, financial service, and insurance sector has evolved a lot. In fact, now there are separate teams of data scientists. We actually, develop algorithms, develop models in various functions of banking and financial services. Retail, FMCG, telecom, they actually come out with a very different challenge. The data volume and velocity is tremendous in those three sectors. Interestingly, there is sports also. So a lot of analytics is actually a lot of data science being used in sports also. In fact, I'm going to give you one example. Definitely, that should excite you, how analytics or data science was used in sports. So this is, in short, where is the scope? Almost everywhere. You can add actually many sectors to this, but I've just listed few sectors. These are just some of the examples where you can use the data science. So I'll just explain one example. This is something called as credit scoring. So whenever you go for, apply for a loan, bank will give you a form. Okay, you will fill up your information. Now, if the bank's data scientist team has actually prepared a model, what they will do? They will feed your information in their mathematical model and they will predict something. What will they predict? Whether you will be a defaulter or no. Are you getting it? So they will predict a chance. What is the chance that you will not repay the loan back? Okay, so there will be a mathematical model behind it. So they will use all your data. This is internal data. There is also a lot of data which is collected externally. Your entire record is there with a body called as CIBIL. Okay, so basically the entire data is put into the model and they will predict whether you are a likely defaulter or no. And accordingly, your loan will be sanctioned. So at the back end, there is nothing but a data science. There's another example, cross-selling. You may be getting the calls quite randomly. Are you interested in buying this product? Are you interested in buying this policy? Okay, all of you must be getting this kind of calls. If the company, if the bank or insurance company is actually using a proper data science, proper model, then they will not call the customers randomly. They will look at which customers are likely to buy the product and they will call only those customers. So that's another application of data science, the targeted marketing. So it's becoming a really important tool in marketing. Clinical research, I keep saying, it is the field for data science. Any clinical claim about new drug has to be validated through statistics. No drug can come into the market before it is endorsed by a statistician. Okay, there is something called a statistical hypothesis testing, which is used to validate the clinical hypothesis. Market research, a lot of market research happens. So the questionnaires are designed, the data is collected, and they are analyzed. Again, a very traditional field for data science. Churn management in HR. So HR is also becoming quantitative now. There's a lot of data in HR. So what they try to find out? If a particular employee is joining, what is the chance that he will leave the organization within first 18 months? If that chance is high, then obviously they would not like to recruit that. Again, there is a model. So you might not see this often, but at the back end, there are all these models developed by data scientists. And it's really fascinating. So what this company will do, they will use the data of all their past employees and develop this model. Then sports analytics. So again, I'm going to give you one example of sports analytics. These are the three famous examples. Whenever there is a mention of data science, data scientists, these are the three famous examples. Amazon had used data science or the predictive modeling to its fullest extent. There is something called as a market basket analysis, which tells you that if a customer purchases a product A, what product should be sold to that customer. It's all about analyzing the past data and coming out with these offers. The most interesting example is at the bottom. that Germany won the World Cup in 2014, the Football World Cup. They actually had a partner to analyze the data, the video footage of each individual football player and the team's performance. There are a lot of analytics behind it. And what they arrived at it in the end, they built a strategy that the average time should go down, average time for which they possess the ball should go down from 3.4 seconds to 1.1 seconds. And it is believed that that decision actually was critical when they defeated Brazil. And if you remember, if those who are fans of football, it was a huge margin. It was, I think, 7-1 defeat what they could. So a lot of analytics, a lot of data science behind this. And Facebook, as you know, it's a personalized experience. Big data, a lot of data exists there with the Facebook, and that's why you can actually get this personalized. So those who are planning to enter this field, data science, so what are the challenges? I see there are two challenges. There is a lot of data now, but the problem is that most of the data now coming in the unstructured format. So what I mean by unstructured format, the data available on the Twitter, data available on the Facebook, it's available on the blog. So how will you analyze that data? That's the challenge. So people are actually trying to figure out the ways of analyzing the data. That is something called as a text mining. So you fetch the data. Of course, you can only analyze the data which is available in the public domain. You cannot analyze the data which is private. Okay? So that's one challenge. Huge amount of data is available is in unstructured format. And second thing, the volume and the velocity of the data is very high in one sector. Can you think of any example where volume and the velocity is very high and you keep getting the data continuously in real time? Stock market, banking, telecom is one. Telecom is one where every second, microsecond, something is happening. Huge amount of data is available in telecom sector. So that's where these are the couple of challenges. But it's really a fascinating field. There are many youngsters here, those who want to enter this field, because there is no substitute for the data-driven analysis, data-driven decision-making in future. That's all. It's challenging, but opens a plethora of opportunity. Learn with passion. Thank you very much.